Fine. Is call to order. Detective, if you would please lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For those of you that are comfortable, if you would please take a moment, let us remember those who perished in the 9/11 tragedy. Madam Court Reporter, if you would please take roll.
Mr. Lindsay,
Present.
Mr. Pemper,
Present.
Mr. Dickerman,
Present.
Mr. Slotnick.
Present. We have a quorum.
No quorum.
And has everybody signed in? Choice, okay. Those who will be speaking, please raise your right hand. Do you swear and or affirm to tell the truth? And when you speak, please let the court reporter know your name. Thank you very much. Okay, the minutes of July 10th, 2024 were sent out. Are there any changes, additions, or deletions? I need an approval.
Motion to approve.
Second. Approval. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the minutes have now been approved.
You don't get the vote.
That was Lindsay, Mr. Pemper, correct?
Lindsay first,
okay.
Kemper second.
They call you, Sidney.
Our first case, number 24-07-03, 2656 East Oakland Park Boulevard, Star America. Detective.
Star America, obviously you guys know we haven't had a meeting in a couple months, so the calls for service are gonna be over the last 2 months, which it's only usually 30 days, but that, since July 10th, there were 3 calls, which was great, call and a half a month. No report, no paper calls, which means not important enough for a cop to do paperwork on it, which is great. Jurisdiction ends September 25th of this year. This is your last meeting. We prepped out this abatement compliance document with Joyce. Yeah, I think she gave it to you. We'll give you instructions how to record it at the government center. You have to go down there. Star America's been very cooperative the whole experience. According to the owner, that their business has improved and they've been good the whole year. They've been good. I give it to them. Hopefully, you keep the changes that we implemented and business goes well as usual. You can always reach out to me anytime you want. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for everything you've done to get your business. And as I told you, the year would go really fast.
You didn't believe me, I told you, right?
Yes. Be well.
Thank you.
Okay, our next case, number 24-08-04, 800 Northwest 10th Terrace.
2 months, 8 calls for service, not bad. Jurisdiction ends also September 25th, so this will be your last meeting also. George prepped the paperwork for you, then we'll let you know how to go to the government center and to record it. They comply with all orders that we gave them. They did a very good job. It would be in your best interest to keep the stuff that we implemented. Don't go back to taking the cones away and let 100 cars park there, right? Leave well enough alone right now. I mean, nobody's complaining about the cones, right? Okay, good. Perfect. That's your main thing. What we can control now, we have nothing. So hopefully keep us there and business stays as usual. But it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you.
You worked very hard to get things where they're at. Thank you very much for your diligence. And we wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Every one of you will have this day.
Take care, man. Take care. Call me if anything, if you need some.
Sure. Thank you. We move on to our next case, 24-10-05, 1708 Northwest 6th Street, Lucy's Meat Market.
2 months, no calls. Good job. You're not allowed to leave yet. You still got one and a half more months still on this agreement. So things are great. Property remains in compliance, and they'll return in October. The next status hearing.
Appreciate it.
October 9th.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you're doing as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Talk to them.
And we move on to our next case, 25-05-02, 427 West Sunrise Boulevard, Shop and Save.
I got full cars, all right.
Oh, did I miss something? Oh, yeah, I skipped one. I'm sorry. 25-01-02, 821 Northwest Sixth Street, Four Corners.
All right, 2 months since July 10th, 8 calls. A little higher than usual, but no paper calls, so nothing of high priority. No reports on those. Hoping the ride's temporary. I got the pictures. I'm sure you want to see them. I took them the other day. I'm not gonna complain about it because it's raining and they're trying to stay dry. But also please have the lady inside check those cameras. If they're there, just have her call. You know, I'm not gonna complain. Like I said, they're there to stay dry. It's not like they're really hanging out.
I've seen when it's raining hard. People
Yeah,
need to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bother them.
gotcha.
Otherwise, if I do it there and it's not raining, I run them off.
Just for our aspect, one guy hangs out, another guy comes. I was 2, there's 3, 4,
Yes.
5. So just have her keep an eye on that side over there because obviously they don't think that nobody sees them. So if she sees them on the camera, just a call for us. You know how it works. Other than that,
The red sign, that's not for you, right?
no.
I don't think it's there.
Other than that, they're gonna go.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Good job.
job,
Keep
thank
it up. Next meeting, October 9th. You will. Okay, now it's 25-02. Yes, I'm sorry, 25-05-02, 427 West Sunrise Boulevard, Shop and Save.
2 months, also since July 10th, 5 calls for service, not bad. Forward trespassing, which means you guys are calling like we asked, which is great. One was a narcotic call, but the guy was gone when I got there, so there was no paper call. Good. Did I speak to you about the weekly? Yes, but we have not received any from you yet. So that's one of the most main important things. If we don't have those, you can actually be out of compliance just for not sending us the updates. So every week, the emails on the paperwork. You got to email pictures, just what everybody's been doing here. You don't not doing it now.
I sent it already one today.
Yes.
sent one today.
Was that sufficient or
Do it now.
a little better pictures, please? The pictures were like no ground, just half the building. So just pictures of the front, the side, everything. A little update. See, that picture was the one you sent.
Actually, I read that part from when I read that one. I didn't get that part to send every week. I thought when something happened, then I will send it.
That's
That's a
fine.
misunderstanding. Now I'll send it.
Every Friday, just the picture, just back up a little bit or zoom out and get the whole street and everything so we know. Something like that. That's perfect. Some garbage on the ground, if you guys keep that to me a little bit more. Back is fine, clear of all debris or trucks is good. Front's good. But just be aware, even if there's perfect air, you not sending me those reports every week, put you out of compliance and we can start finding you. So just make sure you have them every week. See you in October. Appreciate it. That's it. Other than that, just reports. Unless you guys got
Any
anything.
questions or anything? Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And our final case in evidentiary hearing on 25-09-03, 2935 North Federal Highway, America's Best Motel.
All right. So America's Best is a 2-story hotel on the east side of Federal Highway, just south of Oakland Park Boulevard. How many rooms do you have, Sean? 50 room building. Back before I was in this abatement, right, the hotel's been a problem. They went on this date before, they cleaned up, it's just up and down.
Yeah, they were on when I first started.
So just that whole area is known for narcotic sales and other crimes all the time. Past few years, I've been in contact with Sean, so me and him work a little bit trying to reduce crime there, clean up a little bit. I mean, so I have some stuff to do. He does it, which is fine. The hotel did improve for a short period of time, but lately it's going back down. More drugs, more crimes and everything, so. That's why we're here. We're gonna put them back on nuisance abatement. Some of the facts from the case, the last 6 months, there's 130 calls there. So, yeah, some of the bad stuff, there was a rape on March 2nd, there's 3 assaults, there's lewd lascivious, there's robbery, stolen vehicle, and a dead person. Also trespass calls, which are good on your part. That's what I told them we want to see. You guys call the trespass. We're there. Those cops get paid to go do that. Hold on one second. Qualifying incident that happened, June 19th. They got a trafficking cocaine arrest there. They seized 30 grams of crack cocaine and 1 gram of fentanyl. On August 21st, using a competent informant, they bought point of crack cocaine from the tenant at room 211. And August 27th, a search warrant was conducted. 2 arrests were made inside the room, 4 grams of heroin, 10 grams of crystal meth, 1 gram of crack, and 3.4 grams of cocaine. These problems, we always work out there. I call Sean, and if I tell him, hey, this guy's gotta go. So obviously, stuff that goes on there, if I call him and get him out, he makes them leave, which that's a good working,
The time
relationship
code,
we
the
have.
date.
Yeah,
Um,
search warrant hasn't been.
2027, sorry about that.
yeah, it's coming.
It's
2 years, yeah, we're planning for it now.
Oh, no, we're not seeing the future.
It's a big planning, big one. So obviously he was there for the search warrant. He knows all about it, and he takes care of business when it needs to be taken care of. So some of the recommendations I'm gonna recommend for the hotel.
In fact,
Eh.
we have some pictures first.
Yeah, we show some pictures. Go ahead.
Why is this jumping off?
Yeah, I think he's correcting it.
Oh, he corrected. One mistake in 20 years. That's
So
not bad.
in the hotel, there's a swimming pool up front, and it's rented.
Right.
Leased by a dive company that does dive lessons there and everything in the pool. So that's part of it. So that's the front, freshly painted. Pretty freshly painted.
Yeah.
2 years. 2 years already. Okay.
Cause
I
I think
told
they
him
were
that
doing
the-
that the last
I would
time.
never make it paint. I know it costs money. I would never make it painted again, but I would have liked to see it a real light color, more inviting than the dark gray.
Modern.
But
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what everybody
it
was
is.
doing 2 years ago was the
Yeah.
trend at that time.
No, it's still.
for me, it just makes it easier for people to hide. And so that's the whole hotel from the front of it all the way down to the L shape. So we're gonna go on some recommendations here. The owner will file no trespass affidavit, which I'm sure you already have there. With the police department. Post no trespassing signs on a property within 14 days. And therein, and enforce the trespassing laws. You already have the trespass affidavit, yeah, it's fine. So some of these things you already have, but that's gonna be part of it. The owner will clearly display within 14 days and for the duration of jurisdiction, at least 2 signs. I'm gonna give you 2 for today, 2 signs, stating that the property is under the jurisdiction of the Nuisance Abatement Board and is being monitored by the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. Signs and placement will be directed by me. I'll come by and we'll see them. These are the signs, okay? Owner will install and maintain exterior lighting, the front, rear, and all sides of the building, according to the city of Fort Lauderdale code requirements within 30 days of today. Placement and efficiency will be directed by me. Like I said, I'll come out there one time, just make sure the lighting's good. You have pretty good lighting?
It's
Right.
very, since last time, I put up all these high power lights. So even in the back of the property, we fenced it. We put a light, even though it's not our property, we put a surveillance camera.
It's smart.
6 months ago, we spent 10,000 on brand new surveillance cameras.
So like I said, some of the stuff you're gonna have already, so you don't have to worry about it. The owner will maintain all fencing surrounding the property according to Fort Lauderdale code requirements within 60 days of the property, 60 days, to fix and maintain and have a good order, but you're good. The owner will maintain the property free of debris and trash, which you do. The owner, will ensure that no persons loiter in the parking lot, common area, and on all sides of the property, including loitering vehicles occupied by non-residents. So a problem that we've had, cars that go there, hang out, without us going up and make contact with them, we can see them from our place that we've done surveillance there. They just sit there, whether they bring narcotics or who knows what's going on, but in the parking lot, in the parking lot, running people sitting in it. We're gonna cut that out. Trespass warnings of any and all people arrested on that property for nuisance, abatement related crimes will be required of the owners. And the owners will prohibit any people who have been arrested on the property from returning. Simple, it's done. The owner will evict any tenant or guest responsible for any nuisance related crime and report it to the investigative detective, which is me. A tenant or guest can also be evicted at the discretion of investigative detective, which you already do when I ask you, you take care of that. The owner will maintain an updated list of occupants with room numbers, including picture IDs and vehicle information, and make this information available to the investigative detective in a weekly report. So along with some stuff, I like to see who's staying there, room numbers and everything with vehicle information. Upon checking in, guests will provide their vehicle information to include make, model, and license plate information. Guests will be provided a dash plaque stating guests of America's Best with check-in and check-out dates. So I'm suggesting you get a little piece of paper, cardboard, they're cheap, had your name on it, America's Best, and check-in, check-out dates, so you can handwrite them. They get it, it goes in there. Guests, a different story. You know, if they come, have them get one of those bottles, like, hey, I got a guy staying the night. Okay, go get a guest. Just so we know, we come in there, placard's not there, card's probably not supposed to be there. It makes it easier for us. And it's nothing super expensive. They're just little paper cards. So your guest payment policy will be reviewed in 60 days to determine if changes are needed. You know, obviously other businesses, we said no cash, we said no nothing, very strict. Right now, we're gonna see if what I'm gonna suggest is gonna take care of that, improve it before we start messing with that. Okay. Investigate the cost, the total dollar amount of $3,487.90. The owners are assessed 50% of that, which is $1,753.96. The owner, that's as of now, the owner will conduct property checks, but I was telling the other guy every week. I want pictures, a little update on what's going on in the property, and it's got to be emailed to myself and Joyce every week. That's simple. That's just an email to us, just to let us know what's going on. There's stuff going on, something that happened, let us know in email. The owner will provide a list of current employees within 3 days of the order and send an updated list prior to the next meeting. Your employees, just hire one, let us know in the report. The owner will notify the investigative detective of any employee termination and or new hires. If any of the above listed items are not complied with within the time frame set forth, a fine of the amount of $250 per day per item on the list, not to exceed $250 per day, will be imposed for each day of non-compliance. It hasn't happened yet, so don't sweat it. If things don't comply and you say, no, I can't do that, fine can be imposed. The owners or representative of the property will appear before the Nuisance Abatement Board at the October 9th, 2025 meeting and all scheduled Nuisance Abatement Board meetings for the duration of jurisdiction unless notified by me. So for 1 year, every Thursday, you have to come to the meetings.
Every second.
Every second Thursday of the month.
Yeah, please.
Sorry. A little much. The Nuisance Abatement Board will remain in our jurisdiction over the property for a period of 1 year from date of this order. Okay, for 1 year. So I spoke to Mr. Patel. I said I'm gonna leave it between you guys and him. If you guys want to work out a payment plan with Mr. Patel. Okay, I know the fine for what it is, but like I said, it's been done in the past. I've worked with him, so I know Mr. Patel. So I'm gonna give him the opportunity to speak with you guys. If you can show leniency, you can. If not, and that's the way. That's all it goes. So he can speak to you guys and see the payment plan for the property for the $1,753.96. So you can speak with them.
They have to declare it is and everything.
We have to do.
we have to do that.
Yeah, there's the process.
So that's it so far. We're good. That's good. You guys can do that after.
I'll move to have the property declared a nuisance. placed under the jurisdiction of the Nuisance Abatement Board.
And court reporter, if you would do a roll, please.
Mr. Wendy?
Aye.
Mr. Pepper?
Yes.
Mr. Dickerman?
Yes.
Chairman Scott?
Yes. So the property of America's Best is now under the jurisdiction of the Nuisance Abatement Board.
Can we talk about fines now?
Well, let him,
Okay.
I'm running this. I promise we'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I stand up? So, I guess the decision is already made, but, I've already been down this road. As you know, I used to have a lot of eye contact there when we used to go to City Hall. You also were. The 1 year when I was in nuisance abatement, I did everything with Detective Maniatis and Detective Jones and Detective Jameson. Those were the three people I dealt with. I did everything. I continue to do everything there. My occupancy at that time, I was guilty. I have no regrets. I mean, anything. I was 100% guilty at that time when I was on the nuisance abatement board. It was bad. Pandemic just hit. Reservation system was closed off. We depended on local clientele. That's all that we had there. There was nobody else coming there. And yes, they weren't the best. I know that. I'm guilty of it. No doubt about it. This time I feel like I'm not guilty. And I just want to point out a few things. So I received this paperwork just the day before yesterday. I contacted my lawyer yesterday just so I don't speak out of context or know what I'm not saying. Last time I didn't say anything. The lawyer said just do what the city says and just go with it. So I did that. That was in, I think, 2022. So in this, before this occurrence happened with the two selling of the drugs on the 21st of August and the 27th of August. Before that, we had police officers, and this is my sister-in-law who also, she's the front desk manager. That's the reason I brought her, because she was in two of those as evidence, and I was in one of them. And my morning manager who works for me, he's a new guy, he's worked for 3 months, he was also there. I think you have the officer's name, it was Officer Reyes, and before, yeah.
I used to normally they would come in if I call because I always call.
Your name, Prasad?
It's Mira Prasad. Yes. And I will always call. If I see the homeless people on the premises, I will call. And I go as Mia. The calls would be Mia. And then I would have Officer Reyes, he would stop. And also Mello, she tried.
They work together. She's in a pickup truck. She's a Spanish, very nice lady. They always come by the property.
Everything good, what's up? And normally I would not say, but I would write the rooms that be a nuisance on piece of paper because for my safety, I don't want to say they say I said it. Yeah. So I would give the room number, like the room number, the guy that was arrested. I actually 2 weeks before I gave that room number to a young officer who came and said there was a call. A girl was, I don't know if he said, I couldn't remember if he said she was raped or she was beaten or threatened, and they were looking for Dave. And she didn't give the room number, but I already knew who it was because I saw her came in. It's a white young girl, skinny girl. And so I said, listen, I have the information for you. I'm not going to say it, I'm going to write it. This is the room he is in. This is the room number. Then, to know, now he is arrested, but then you're giving me information, but then it's a nuisance on the property.
And the twice that I dealt with, and the twice time I dealt with the police before the August 21st, the police, I asked them, should I throw them out? Because Detective Smith knows whenever he tells me anything, I throw the people out right away. Because I've been through this road already. And they said, no, let it ride, let it go. So I said, I know what was going on right away because this was the third time. One time it was a young police officer, the first time I met him. He asked me who's in 211. That's the room that they were condemning. I said, this is the name, here's the registration. I described who's in the room, the male and female. And I said, do you want me to do something? Because that's how I am. I'm just active or just get rid of it. And he said, no, please don't do anything. We just want information. Let it just go. Then my front manager, just a week before they conducted this, said two officers came and asked about 211 again and says, And they knew me, I guess, because they say, tell Sean, don't say anything.
Yeah.
That we're
Understandable.
right? So we let it, for me, I would have checked them out before this would have even been done on the 21st and 27th. And then this order has those two incident reports on the 21st and 27th with the same room. And because we let it ride, I got hit with this 2 or more for the same room, 211.
And even,
And my sister-in-law works the 4 to 12 shift, 6 days a week. I'm there 7 days a week. I work, so me and her are a combination because I work from 9 in the morning till about 3 o'clock. My kids get off of school, so I pick them up. She hits the office at 4 to 12. And then we have a night lady who works, but she's okay, but she's been working with me for 25 years at the property now,
She never did, yeah.
since 2000. So, you know, our property, if you come at night, I know you used to drive by it all the time. And you used to tell me the property looked great.
Yeah.
From 26th Street, where Egg and U Diner is, all the way to Oakland Park, we're the only property that's open. Everything else is shut down in that whole area. We're the brightest property too. If you come at night, I have these big zoom. It looks like CarMax there.
That other hotel's not open anymore?
Which one?
The one that's closer to Egg and U.
The Budget Inn?
Yeah.
They're still,
Oh, okay.
they're still there. But they're not as bright as we are.
Yeah.
And a few times Detective Smith knows I approach these people and chase them up. They like to come on our property to sell stolen things, ask people for cigarettes, ask people. Somebody comes out of their room just because they don't want to smoke in their room. They're smoking their cigarette. Somebody will see it. They'll walk up to them. Hey, I have this to sell, or I want to smoke a cigarette. I'm there because another thing is I have nothing against the police department, but my sister, I can tell you, a lot of those calls are from her cell phone and from her office phone, and then
We like that. That's fine.
and a lot of them are canceled
yeah,
because 30-45 minutes go by, no police, nobody. So then she calls me out, so I risk myself. I've already been pointed with a gun. This is my 17-year-old, and this is the reason I brought him, just to see what dad goes through in a daily life, just so he can maybe better educate himself and do something different. Because me and my sister, a lot of times she comes out of so we lock our office. We use the night window now just for our protection because the street lights are completely black, pitch. There's no street lights. So if we look past our property, you don't see if a person is approaching until they walk onto my property. They could be on the sidewalk and you can't see them. Am I correct? You cannot see them. It's right now the street, and they were on for a little bit. Now they're off again. If you go today, it's pitch black from Oakland Park all the way to 26th Street. After that, it's lit up again. And I have no problem with Detective Smith. He sent me messages many times. Send me the guest list. We're as transparent as possible. When the police come, I deal with Officer Brian, Officer Tim, and then my sister deals with they call them you call them. They're always together. But Officer Reyes, I know him very well, and there's a Spanish lady in a pickup truck. Yeah, they're always together. I even went down to the police station, and you could look at it for more police patrolling. I have nothing to hide. But when these people are in a room and what goes on, 95% of the time, we wouldn't know it like a convenience store would. Convenience store, there's always somebody, everything's open, so you're seeing everything. But what these people are doing in a hotel room, my sister-in-law's 25 years there. She's an expert, and still she can't figure out sometimes. But with 211, we knew something was up. We have nothing to hide about the report that's on here. They were doing. So how it all started was this gentleman, and he doesn't even stay there. He rented a room for his girlfriend. He has a wife at home. He moved in a million things. That Detective Smith saw the room. So it looked like, and he told me at that time that he's waiting for an apartment to come to move her into a room. He would come and visit her and leave. So she would be the only person in there. Why would I expect a lady selling or doing anything? That's not on my mind. I know he looks a little bit fishy, but he drops her off and he goes home to his wife. After he got arrested, that same wife appeared and says, I'm here to pick up all the stuff because that's his stuff. So we let this situation on this paperwork ride because the officers 3 times, 3 different sets, don't say nothing. Now, if I would have checked them out, right? I would say, hey, you got to go. Detective Smith said, what did you do? We were running something. We could arrest it. So sometimes we think of it as that let us bait them in and get them arrested. It's fine. It's good. I know it counts as a nuisance, but
This is the only way that we can help the officers. How many times my sister-in-law stops Officer Ray because they're always there. Hey, keep an eye on that car. Keep an eye on this car. We're always there. When that nuisance abatement in 22, when I was with you, I stayed on the property because we have a little apartment building, right adjacent to it.
Yes.
My sister-in-law stays there still. I moved to my home in Weston now. I still visit and stay Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night until Monday school because the kids go to school in Plantation. So I can't stay here because their school is all the way in Plantation. So I leave Sunday night, and Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I take them to school. Friday, like tomorrow, we pack up the house and we come back to the hotel. Just to keep it active. So I never thought I was off of the nuisance abatement. I continued from them, but the area is just so tough. And out of 1,000 customers we rent, how can we make it perfect? That's the thing about it. How can I have 1,000 perfect guests without any issues? If a rape case happened, how do we know that if we rent to a genuine person and he brings somebody and something happens at that time? How do we detect these things? This is all I'm asking for. I'm not an expert. I'm not like Detective Smith, a professional. He knows everything. I mean, we know to a certain extent. Yes, we rent a room, we take valid ID, and when the police come, we have a logbook with all the guests. Here you go.
Yeah.
Take it. Okay, show me this room. Here's the registration. Here's the person. All the information. My sister records it in her. That's why I put $10,000 camera systems just a week ago that has at least almost 2 weeks of footage. Just for the officers. Whenever they come to see the surveillance, without a doubt, go. It's right there in the room. We're open about everything. A lot of these calls is from me, my wife, my sister-in-law, and the other staff that work there. And if you look at how many cancellations, because we wait. These people walk, they go in the corner, they sit down. I'll go to them. Can I help you, sir? Oh, I'm just, it's just hanging out. No, you have to go. The homeless are the ones that are doing the crimes and doing all the transactions because they're looking for something to eat or make a few dollars here and there. But we're a public property. I don't know what else to do. It's just me standing outside.
Can I ask
Go ahead.
questions?
Yeah, let him finish saying that we'll do questions.
Yes, and but I never thought that. Oh, I'm off the nuisance board in 22. I'm done. No. Because Detective Smith knows I've been communicating. Last year, I left to go to India. My father passed away last year. And 3 months, I took my whole family, even Mira, we went to India to do his rituals because Indian rituals are extreme.
Yeah.
So we went there. We left there. When I came back, I went to go play basketball. I tore my Achilles tendon. I was out of service for 6 months. Things happen in life. I try my best, but my sister-in-law is really the superhero here because she would actually leave the office. So we have a side door. Detective said, no, he comes through that one. And she'll tell him, hey, off the property. One time she called me, a car was just parked there for 20 minutes. He's on his phone and I'm about to knock on the window because the tint is so dark and I see a gun pointing at me because the reflection of his phone is showing me the gun. So I just backed off nice and easy. Sometimes, yes, Detective Smith is right. Sometimes cars come, but sometimes these cars also come and they look at the price for the hotel online, like on Priceline and on Expedia, and see if they could book the room cheaper than what the rate we quoted them. So now if we chase them out, that's a potential guest. For instance, since April, my occupancy is 25%. Detective Smith knows. He surveillances my property. I have 1 or 2 cars in the whole property every single day. 1 or 2 cars. Right now, today, I just left the office. We have 10 rooms in the whole hotel. 2 of the people haven't been able to pay because they work at the car wash and they haven't gotten their check. So I'm at 8 paid customers right now. At that time, when I was in the nuisance abatement, when I got fined and everything, it was fine. I was doing 35, 40 rooms with the wrong type of people. Not all of them, but that time, no problem. Hey, what's the fine? But I changed all of that. I just can't change the environment around. I'm trying. It's just everything is closed. We're open, bright lights. I don't know if you ever drove by the property. I know you mentioned that you pass there all the time. And right. And we put a scuba school there. We tried.
Anything else? Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. So, we tried. I even tried to promote. Detective Smith says, keep the rates high. Our rates are 109 plus tax right now, which is $124. My brother has a Holiday Inn Express right by the airport. He's selling it for $90. Why would people come to my hotel? An economy property when they can go to a Holiday Inn or a Comfort Suites, my cousins and everybody, they own all those properties in Fort Lauderdale by the airport. I'm in a different ballgame than they are, but that's all family, and their rates are cheaper than mine. If you look at, if I pull up Priceline or Expedia right now to you, I'm on like the 5th page. On the first 4 pages, why would anybody even go to the 5th page to click and book with me? Because just to keep the prices high.
Sean, let me say 2 things. Obviously, you can ask them. There's not one guy that was here that had a problem with what we do with the property. I've never enforced tons of money like your property. I can say, hey, let's do a security guard. Hey, let's put gates up in the front. I'm not. No. Like I said, it's not much is going to change. We go in and we do a couple things. Like I said, hopefully it gets cleaner. We do little things, having the cars not staying there.
But
less
excuse me,
blockades.
excuse me, but his points about those two, about room 211.
Yes.
Right.
August 21 and August 27, that we're relying, and August 25. We're relying, those are 2 of the cases that we're saying are the reason why they're in.
There's one buyout there and a search
But
warrant.
he's saying but they're saying like the whole story about how
This
they
warning
were
also,
told
the
not
nuisance
to-
abatement
That's what
warning,
No.
I never received this
I mean,
nuisance
it sounds to me
abatement
like
warning.
they're
sir.
cooperating a lot with the police already. I'm not really sure why they need to be under our jurisdiction.
And the nuisance abatement were dated 8/25. I never received this until Detective Smith sent this to me. Last time I got Miss Joyce, I know well because a lot of her signature, I got a certified mail with the warning. And then after I got the certified mail with, hey, but I just received this from Detective Smith day before yesterday. And it has the nuisance abatement warning, because I asked my lawyer if I'm doing it right, I don't want to, he says, do you want me to come? I said, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to work this out because since my father bought the property in 1986, we've been there for 40 years.
Are these things on the listings that they don't already have, like fencing and around the property?
Yeah, like I said, there's nothing that I really put here that would cost anything out of pocket. Maybe the paper for the window. Little
Conversation, it makes for a messy record.
Sorry, guys, you gotta record it.
Do they do the vehicle pass? When people park there, do they get a pass from the?
No, Detective Smith, besides that, because the reason I didn't do that is because I have so much parking on the whole property, because the scuba school closes at 6 o'clock, so we have 20 of their parking spaces. Then the apartment size, I have another 10 parking spaces. So it's like the password, we have more than sufficient. We're always slow anyways. It's not like we're a busy property. But even the warning, if I would have gotten that warning on the 25th, I promise you that 211 would have been checked out. I wouldn't have waited for the sting operation to happen on the 27th. I would say, I got the warning, boom, I'm going to finish, and then you.
Yeah.
So on the 21st, they were conducted in 211. That was when somebody sold them something. On the 25th, it shows the warning, which I never received a certified mail or anything. And on the 27th, 2 days later, they did that second sting operation with the same room. If I would have gone that 25th, they would have been gone. They wouldn't have been on the 27th. That guy would have been free and clear. And they wouldn't have been able to operate and get him at least.
My board has some questions, so we're gonna go around because I have some too. So go ahead.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say maybe we can corroborate what the gentleman is saying about room 211, because if the rule is that three incidents have to happen for them to, for them to measure up to actually be presented to us, then 2 of those incidents didn't really happen. Well, no, because again, they cooperate with the police first of all the time. I mean, normally people who've been here before I've never seen them pre-cooperate with the police. Maybe they do it after they come on the.
So the thing about people paying legal alone, that was patrol, correct?
I'm sorry?
That was patrol that said, hey, don't say nothing, don't say nothing.
Who told you about?
Okay,
It's the
Patrol
Lauderdale
officers.
police, yeah,
police
officers.
officer.
Patrol officers.
One was a new guy. I didn't know
What
him.
about it? So what about it? But they said not to
We
say.
gotta be mindful of the over talking.
It's patrol, it's not me, I don't know. You talk to patrol officers, I have no clue about them.
No,
saying,
but
"Don't
can you look into it? Because then those 2 incidents then are not valid as to qualify them for here. Because if that's what happened, then we shouldn't be counting them as 2 incidents.
Sean, how long have those people, and I know, how long have they been in that room?
They've been there for quite a while, probably about 3 to 4 months.
Right.
3 or 4 months, because they kept saying they're looking for an apartment, they're looking for an apartment. The guy would come and he would go to the room and just check up on her, and then he would leave.
But what is patrol? There's
There
some,
will only be one lady in that room. Yeah. Go ahead, Mira.
No, I was just gonna say that, okay, let's say he's been there for how long, he said?
About 4 months.
For 4 months. So I would say like 3 months ago, Officer Reyes and Mello, the girl, the short girl. So whenever I call, I have given them information, written information that this is the room you need to, with the activities that I've noticed, a lot of activities. These are the rooms you're gonna look into, room 223 and 211. They used to come up all the time and they would park at the back and they would back up, wait. They would see them going in and out, people, some of the homeless people coming in, going to the room. They're not doing anything. They wouldn't come. As soon as the person leave, then you would see Officer Reyes driving out because he's always with they call it the ghost car. The
The ghost car. He drives the ghost car, and she drives the pickup truck, the Fort Lauderdale pickup truck.
It's like,
So they were following people that bought drugs from
Right.
the street.
I am like, okay, what is
And
it
we
about?
helped them catch that 223 a few months ago. He's arrested. 223 was one of the one my sister-in-law had complained about.
So, yes, for them to tell you to stay, but I also think about it as you guys knew something wasn't right with that. At that time, you could proceed to throw them out regardless. If you know what I mean,
We,
but they told the police and the patrol told them, no, stick with them because of whatever they were
So,
doing.
so my predicament is, and it's not for you guys. I've been, for the past 6 months, I've been borrowing money from relatives that are much more wealthier to pay for my bills here at this property until the season would come in and then I would be able to pay them back. That's the honest truth right now. And the reason is my sister-in-law is so scared to rent to somebody.
What's your question? Just get to what your question is.
What do you want? What are you asking?
What do you ask?
All I want is, I know that for 30 years, I've been a good business person in that city. I've tried my best. I'm pretty sure Detective Smith or some of the officers, if you talk to them, Sean is always out there chasing.
We're asking Sean, just ask.
I just don't want to be on the nuisance abatement.
Okay, that's what you're asking.
I don't want to, I already was down that road. I know what you guys want. I don't mind working off the record with the officers, Detective Smith, everything similar to the nuisance abatement, but my life is just getting so busy now that I moved away from the property a little bit and I've given it to my sister-in-law to take charge, where me and my brother are actually buying another property in Miami now. And I live in Weston, and I don't even have time for myself. After this injury, I was always a health conscious person. I've gained about 40 pounds and I'm like, I don't even have time to work out yet, you know? It's just time in life with the kids, and he's going off to college now, and it's just one thing after the
All
other.
right, let us have a little bit of a conversation. Don, do you have anything that you would like to interject at this time?
I would just say there's 130 calls. That's 4.3 calls a day. So what's going on right now?
For the 6 months though, right, sir? It was 6 months?
6 months.
And how many calls was from the staff?
Right.
A lot of them was from us. I used to call like crazy every minute. Sometimes I would call for the same call like 6-7 times.
I mean, there's suspicious incidents, there's some trespass, there's not a lot of trespassing here. I understand.
Because they would never show up for us to trespass them. That's the problem. Whenever we come here, do they honestly?
because they're homeless.
So
people.
let me just throw out, and this means nothing, but also there's a report here and I can read it to you, the rape report, which showed a girl who's in there for a period of time and guys, including a worker, going in and out of the room while this girl was in there. After they all did their thing, whatever, this is from witnesses. She came out and made a report, or somebody made her make the report. So there's 3 people going out. This is activity indoor. I'm not saying that qualifies, but it really does. But you have to understand that if you have bad calls here, there's bad stuff going on there. It's not to say that you wouldn't throw them out. You don't. I mean, that you wouldn't. But there's legit stuff going on there. I don't think.
I know, but we're not putting a deaf ear or turning our face to it. I mean, that's our point. That's how I eat. That's how I take care of my children.
Even a murder that happens, you don't want that, but that qualifies for an abatement.
Right, no, I understand.
If
No,
you
I understand.
Detective Smith,
Me and you have had a great
you gotta
relationship.
understand, these guys, if you go do some abatement, there's not much that's gonna change. And I'm gonna work for you, so that's.
I can't even afford the payment. I can't even do, I mean, it's,
So,
It's
that,
just-
you have your meeting and then you guys.
Is the
decide.
payment the main issue for you?
everything really is because I went through the year. So that tells me I have to pack my family. I'll come back to the apartment and scan that year. No lie to you. You can ask my sister. That year when I was on the news, Abatement, what I was doing all day till night, chasing people, I was staying outside. I never had a relationship with my wife and kids because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm very, I have anxiety. I even called Detective Smith after he told me, I said, Detective Smith, please, I'm begging you. Can you get me off of this?
Let's have a little discussion. Have a seat.
Yeah.
Calm down a little bit.
And I just want you to know the warning, if I would have gotten it, that room would have checked
Okay.
out that day. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm say, I think we should, sorry, sir, but I think we need to just do the oversight. 130, that many calls for service in that short period of time.
In your
Not one room.
I don't know, I mean, I think we should let it be. Meaning continue the cooperation with the police and not the.
I certainly appreciate the cooperation and the relationship and everything. I agree, the 130 calls is certainly something problematic that we need to look into whether or not we can get under control like we did before. I would have no problem, assuming that it's practical, abating the imposition of the fine of any amount to try and allay some of the costs, but it sounds like they've already
I would.
defer.
Yeah, I was going to recommend deferral.
So, to allay the financial concern, like most of the rest, is at least initially going to be hopefully de minimis because we've already done a lot of it. It's kind of how I see things.
How
I
long,
make a motion that we.
let me finish asking questions. How long would you want it to defer?
6 months.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to interject? Don?
I think where he lives is irrelevant.
Right.
I think that he's buying new property, so he's gonna be even busier, the property with less attention.
Mhm.
I think the property is already not getting enough attention.
Okay.
So it's gonna go downhill.
So what I'm hearing and
And we
understanding
won't be able
is,
to bring them back and put them under the jurisdiction again. And the board's already voted. for
Yeah, right.
jurisdiction, so-
so this is
Yeah,
what I'm
before
hearing. This is what I'm hearing. We retain it as a nuisance and we abate the payment for 6 months and see how things are going. Is that what I'm hearing?
What's at least being floated.
Meaning if things, let's see how things go, then maybe eventually he won't have to pay anything. Right.
That's how I'm
Do
saying
that
that.
with
I'd
somebody.
like to make a motion.
Are we
I
allowed
have
to-
a question. We've never done
was
that
that?
before.
We've never done that before, right?
Never done that before.
They're talking, we're talking.
Come a little, please.
Talking about deferring the payment by 6 months and then in 6 months' time, if they're doing okay, canceling it completely.
Can that be done or just,
I think you go out to those rules, the bond up to you all. But he's not saying the property's not making money, or you all, it's not making money in the office.
right, sure.
So,
Because
if I make all the money in 6
what
months.
what I'm hearing with our discussion is we retain it. It's a nuisance, but we defer any payment and make a decision in 6 months.
There's no oversight on that for you guys. You guys can do whatever you want.
I make that motion
Okay, well, let's,
that we continue the oversight. That we continue the oversight and defer payment of penalties for 6 months for review.
So what you have to do is accept the recommendations of the executive,
Okay.
but you're gonna change.
a
You're
modification.
gonna modify 12. So section 12.
Make sure you're clearly for the record.
Yeah, they didn't second motion yet.
Yeah, we haven't,
I know,
yeah,
I want to make sure.
they're discussing.
Yeah.
What's that right now?
You know,
I thought you had to do it. I'm not very good.
Yeah, I just think fee thing. Just not consistent with what we've done before. If we're gonna take things.
But we've postponed before.
Yeah,
You were actually the one who did the last time we deferred it for
Okay.
3 months.
I did.
Yes, you
I
were the
thought
one.
maybe Chris was,
No, I think that,
said for 6 months we prefer.
I think.
But in any case, that's fine. It's just,
So to clarify, the motion pending is to adopt the recommendations and to modify recommendation number 12 to defer for 6 months. Is that correct?
Yes. That's what y'all talking about.
I second.
So,
It's,
Okay.
Step oversight, defer,
accept the recommendations
recommendations.
as written with a modification to number 12. With the to abate the or defer any payment for 6 months. Okay, so that is coming out of Mark Dickerman. And did you,
I second.
Glenn Lindsay, second it? And then we will need a roll call, please.
Lindsay.
Aye.
Mr. Kemper,
yes.
Mr. Dickerman,
Yes.
and Chair Stein.
Yes.
Motion
Okay,
passed.
so the modifications have been done and the recommendations have been agreed to as well. So this is what we're going to do. We will retain you for the year. But what we are doing is the fine that they have put in here on number 12, that will be abated or deferred for 6 months. And we will see how it goes and we will revisit that in 6 months. But with all the other stuff, we just can't release it. You've done a lot of your legwork already. And you've been through this process and you understand, but we also have to do what we have to do as well. And we're trying to make it as easy as possible for you to understand your situation. And also with what the detective has brought forward.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I just have 2 questions. The first question is that I know that the 130 calls, I was overhearing that. So we're not gonna call anymore. Is that, because I remember Detective Magnati's and all them said, the more you call, the better. And my sister, that's all she does is call. So I just wanna know, out of the 130 calls, how much was it from us? You know, it was.
Detective's gonna help you out with questions like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
The detective's gonna help you out with questions. like
So I would say, if
they were all trespassing calls, I would say, hey, they're all trespassing. They're not.
no, I didn't say a whole 130 were, but how much of it was us calling for that? That's what I.
The detective is.
We don't have
that
that
can
count,
answer
okay. There's no, it's, I mean, but that was the, I heard them saying 130 calls. I know that. I mean, sometimes I've called 5-6 times the same time because they're not coming. So hey, so I don't know if each one reports for the same thing, but
Phone call.
Yeah, I can't
It's a
answer.
call to get on paper. That causes, recorded as a call. If you call 10 times
then I
for the same perp, it's gonna be one call.
one call, okay. And the second question was, oh God, I forgot. Oh, no. About the 130 calls. And okay, so next time when the police come and they question me about a room and don't say anything, because this is the paperwork that I have here that the lawyer looked at.
Talk to me, go.
What do you
mean?
Yeah.
If there's some that come to a room and it's some fishy, call me.
Well, no. If the police come, because they always come, the police that we deal with, they come to the office and say, hey, show me the guests in this room, show me the guests, who's in that room, and do anything, stay quiet, let it go. And we let it go, and the two incidents that are on this paper, because it's the same thing that we let it go following the police, and I wish they were here so that they could, you know.
Yeah.
Once again,
The
I have
detective-
to, Sean,
yeah.
call me.
But detective, what I'm saying is I'm just gonna check them out. I'm not going to take this risk again. I'm just going to check them out. As soon as the police come and question me, I'm gonna check them out. I'm not gonna let
If
the.
I ask you to leave them in, it's a different story. If some patrol persons leave you in,
This is very, yeah, but this is, as a man and as a business owner and somebody that's been in the city for 30+ years,
you get right out there.
yeah, I'd rather just kick them out. I don't want to risk. this. That's the
You can
problem.
answer that. That's not
Yeah,
something we
if
can
I
answer.
this, It's got me in trouble. That's all. Yeah.
That room
Is
was
it
for a
possible
long time.
that maybe you might want to start keeping a log of calls you make, date, time, duration, and whoever you're calling about, whether it's a trespasser or a specific room?
Do you think why?
I think that log will help Detective Smith
They like.
as well.
Every week with room numbers.
Yeah.
Tags, names, all that. It's what's on the weekly thing. That, yes, that helps me. That's perfect.
That's what I
So
use.
this way,
And if I get a name, I can run it. It's got a warrant. Okay, I tell you, it's got a warrant, get them out.
if this situation,
To help if
see,
them warrant you come and get them, that's not the goal. We get them.
no,
We have to.
Yeah.
But in this-
Show 'em. If it's under my jurisdiction, you're fine. That's the whole thing.
But you understand my position today, right? Is that I was listening to police officers, and if I would have just
just patrol people, which
thrown
thrown
them
if
out,
I
I
would
would
have
have
known, it would have been different. You know what I mean?
I know, but
Hello.
you know, they told us to keep.
We were thinking, I was thinking by giving the information, they're coming to do what they need to do.
keep a log.
To keep this guy out
If
of
the
the.
officer tells you to ignore the room, get the officer's name and benefit number.
All right. One room.
Keep
Okay.
more information
we-
you have.
Trafficking, crack arrest.
We keep
There's been
rehashing-
plenty of things, like I said, it's.
Detective Smith, I know.
We keep rehashing the same
Yeah.
stuff and call the detective.
Yeah, no, me and Detective Smith, yeah, we.
And the more information you have to present
This number,
would
because
prevent
It's,
something like that from happening.
Give her your number.
any other question, anything else?
we can disturb you anytime.
Hey, your name
No,
is
college,
Patel?
we're going to college.
Patel? There's a series on Lauderdale.
Excuse me,
Listen to it? Yeah. it's
hello,
very-
hello,
yeah.
we're finished with this. We need a motion
Motion to
adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it is 7:57. We are adjourned.